Okay, you guys, so I'm coming to do another remix video for you. This one is the remix of BS213 in Gold Blonde. I did the review on Reina, if you guys saw Janet Collection Reina, and I really like that pink, and I wish that they would put, like, more companies would come up with, you know, pink versions of stuff, preferably dark rooted. So I decided I was going to try it myself. I got, so I dyed this with the alcohol ink method with Sharpie. And I used, this is Sharpie Pink, the neon. And I used Magenta. This one is Magenta. And then regular pink. Because I didn't know what way I wanted to go. So I had randomly over time picked up all three, all three of them to try and see which one that I really liked. I put it in a basin. I got two of each. Two of these, and two of these, and I put it in a basin with some alcohol, and I put on some gloves. Gloves are very important for this. I put on some gloves, and then I squeezed. Once I put in the alcohol, I took them apart. And that's a big thing, though. I didn't just sit the Sharpie in there. I took it apart just by, like, squeezing this way. Let me show you guys. This one wants to be difficult. But you can use the pliers. Maybe it's easier. Maybe this one was easier. Basically, by just popping it like that, bending it out. Oh, this is not one I use. This is actually one that still has it in there. But anyway, doing this method is how you get this part out. I took a razor and I split it so that the alcohol could get into it easier. And I split it down the middle with some gloves on and put this in some alcohol. Okay? If that method of squeezing doesn't work, you can always use a plier to separate it. And like I said, I used two neon, two pink, and two magentas, and I just popped the little, thing out of it, and I put it in the alcohol, and I put it in a basin, and then I squeezed out the ink, and then I left the Sharpie pieces in there, and then I just popped this wig in it, and I let it sit for about 3 days. Now I let it sit for 1 day, and then I would just change every few hours. When I was home, I would change the position of it. The ends wind up coming up the darkest, as you see how it's so much darker, and this is light, and this is really dark, because I sat on a wig head and I elevated the basin so that the bottom. So the top, as you see, still has a lot of blonde in it because of mostly the bottom was sitting in it, and the back of the hair still has a lot of blonde in it, but you're not really gonna see that. And as you can see, like, the pink kind of overpowers it, so you can't really see too much of the blonde. Now I didn't have rub off, and that's another thing. So I'm gonna insert a few pictures of what she looked like when she was sitting to soak, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what else I did to try to speed the process along. Okay, so that's how I had it sitting, and then I would just come and change the positions. Whatever part was still blonde, I would change the position of it so that they would all try to equally get a little soaking without letting the top sit too much in it, because I didn't really want the lace to turn. I didn't want the lace to be dyed pink, because I didn't know if that would affect how the parting would look or whatever. But okay, so then after I let it dry, this was about 3 days of sitting in it, because I didn't feel like 1 day, like, if you don't let it sit a few days, the color doesn't get rich like this. So the longer you let it sit, the better the color holds. And then when you rinse it out, this color stays rich. And like I said, the rub off doesn't really happen too much from the part that I dye with alcohol ink. I'll explain to you where I'm getting rub off at. So then after I let it soak, I took the rest of it and I threw one of the little Sharpie pieces in here. I took another Sharpie and threw it in here with the rest of the stuff that was in the basin with some new alcohol, and put it in a spray bottle. And then all the parts at the top that were still blonde, I sprayed it. I sprayed it pink. I sprayed it, sprayed. And then I sprayed and sprayed. And then I let it dry. And then once I let it dry, I rinsed it out again so that all the stuff that wasn't going to stay kind of rinsed out. And as one of the YouTubers I watched said to let it rinse until the water runs clear. The water never ran completely clear, but almost not really pink. But that still left a lot of the wig blonde. And I didn't want it to be so blonde, so I'll try to put a lot of pictures in this video so that you guys can see, like, what I meant by a lot was still left blonde. So what I wound up doing to kind of solidify the pink is I bought this Jerome Russell Be Wild and temporary hair color that you can put on your real hair, human hair, whatever. Human, synthetic, whatever, you can put this on here. Extremely flammable, it says. And I forget what color this is. Rose Lynix. Okay, Rose Lynix, the Jerome Be Wild. And I sprayed the rest of all the parts that were too blonde, I sprayed with this. This is what causes major rub off. Like all the parts, even though I let it dry, this is what causes the most of the rub off. The part that I did with the Sharpie didn't cause as much rub off as the top where I sprayed the pink at. And then I just took a brown, I went to the dollar store and found a brown mascara and kind of dark rooted it. I didn't get it as good as I wanted to because I wanted to do this review of this wig, because if you're in the hair groups with me, I've shown a couple of pictures of it. I know people were dying to see the end result, so I wanted to just hurry up and do this video. But I do intend to come down just a little bit more with the brown, but this is kind of what I, just to dark root it a little bit so that, it'll look better against my own hair, which I didn't really pull out any edges whatsoever. I just have it sitting kind of on my hairline here, and put some concealer in the part. So it turned out pretty good. For my first try. I was hoping that the whole wig would come out like this, how the ends got really fuchsia, but I really like how it was like a baby pink down to the fuchsia pink. That's really cool. So hair makers, start making this. OM Rose and OM Tulip were two awesome colors. I'm a pink girl. I love everything pink. This is not a wig I would wear everywhere. This would be, another one of those wigs, like I said, when you're hanging out with your crew, so that don't nobody come at you with no mouth about the things that you're doing, or even just like for a party, an event. Halloween is coming up. I don't know what I want to be, but this type of stuff can be incorporated into it, because this is definitely not an everyday wig. Although some people might wear it as an everyday wig. I wouldn't go out every day with my hair pink. Maybe some shades of purple, and if it was a darker magenta, I might, but this wig is just too whole pink for me to wear every day. But this is nice for a change every once and again. Like I said, rub off. I don't know if you guys can see. There is rub off, and like I said, a lot of the rub off came from this. You don't have to take this step, but for all the parts that were still blonde, it was kind of bugging me. And the pinks are not exactly the same color, as you can see, but good enough so that I was able to just use that. You see there's still some blonde here, but it's fine. I overall like the way this came out. I think I had a lot of fun, and I learned a lot of trial and error. So if I decide to remix another wig, now I know. I don't know if you guys are subscribed and you see, I like to make wigs my own, and there's not a lot of pink options, so I like to remix a lot of wigs. This is another one of my remixes. That's the process, guys. Those are the things that I use. I mean, the Sharpies, I ordered some of the Sharpies online, and then some I found in Walgreens for like $2. And then the dollar store had these in like a 2-pack. One was this color and one was green, the 2 neon. It was $3. And these spray bottles you get from like the dollar store. This one is the bottle just happens to be red, so don't think that that's what the alcohol ink did. This is $1. So, and I found this online for $2 or something, $2-something. The seller was doing a best offer thing, and I offered like $3 or something, and I got it for $3 and plus shipping. So I paid maybe $5 for this, but I'm pretty sure a lot of stores sell this where you can just buy it in the store. I don't know if that was the best price. I had just happened to look online, and I wasn't in a rush, so I was willing to wait, and I ordered this online. Plus, me and eBay bucks, if I can get stuff online, I'll do it, because you get the eBay bucks plus you get the eBay, so you do get cash back for purchasing things online through Ebates and eBay. So, I am an avid eBay shopper, but I like the end result, and BS213 is a awesome wig. You do feel a difference in the texture, and I don't know if that's because the alcohol ink or is because I washed it a few times, but you do notice a difference in the softness of it. But it's still not too many tangles or whatever. When you do remix wigs, and if you use the spray, you don't want to put your fingers in it too much, and you want to be careful what colors you wear. Although I don't really I have on a black shirt here. I don't have too much rub off on it from wearing this wig, but definitely my hands are pink from you wearing and putting this wig on. And product, be careful putting product on it, because if you use this, Like I said, I most of the rub off came once I put this on there. So when I put product on it to kind of, because the static from me letting it air dry, I didn't put any heat to it. I put it in front of my fan and let it dry that way. It caused a lot of static. So I put some spray, and then that caused rub off. So, you know, wetting it and all those things, putting product on, is going to cause rub off. But this is nowhere near as much rub off as the hair chalk did. And even Millie, when I dyed Millie, I used water and Sharpie, and Millie has almost completely lost most of her pink color. So I think the alcohol and Sharpie just works better and holds better. But you guys try whatever method you want. I saw somebody mentioned that the Speedball ink dyes a little better. I don't know. I've only tried Sharpies and hair chalk to dye hair. But you know, I'm always remixing wigs, so you never know what might come next. I might try that one next. But so far, so good. And I really like this. So I hope this explained and answered all you guys' questions about how I got this wig to look this way. And I hope you like my remix. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.